Then they would rob and murder the lodgers, take their bodies to a deep and boggy hole and dump them, hence the name Murder Hole. So yeah, some scary stuff. Welcome back everyone. You join me in an area of Scotland known as the Galloway Forest. Today I'm heading to a remote spot in the mountains, known as the Murder Hole. I'm going to spend the night and see what happens. Come along for the adventure. There's quite a cool monument up here in remembrance of Robert the Bruce, as you can see there, whose victory in this glen over an English force in March 1307 opened the campaign of independence, which he brought to a decisive close at Bannockburn on the 24th of June 1314. Really cool. And up here is Loch Trill. Wow. I mean, what a view. Absolutely stunning. And the sun's actually out over there. Wow, what a view, man. That is amazing. And I'm heading in this direction. I think I'm following the loch for a little bit, and then I'm heading up into those mountains in the distance. Amazing. Right, let's get it. So this is Glen Trill that I'm in, and it's actually an area of Scotland that I think is pretty underrated. The loch is beautiful, and even the hills around me are pretty impressive. The Galloway Forest is an area of Scotland that I absolutely love, and there's still so much of it that I'm yet to explore. Well, I was enjoying this tarmac track, but I think I'm heading off of it towards boggier ground. Yeah, this looks horrible. Oh. So boggy already. And I'm heading in the general direction of Loch Valley, so this is the right way. A fairly steep start so far, and the views behind me towards Loch Trill just keep getting better and better. It's actually about 4 PM right now, and I think it's about 3 miles to my camp spot and 250 metres of elevation. The sun sets at 6, so I actually kind of need to get a move on. But when the views are like that, you can't help but stop and take it in. But yeah, let's get to this camp spot. So I think the path is taking me up and over this lump over here, and then that river down there continues into that glen to the left, and I'll be following that up to my camp spot. But look at this place, Glen Trill. It's magnificent, and you can see it's getting a little bit dark already, so I think I'll head to the camp spot. I'm not sure that there would normally be this much water flowing down the path, but in the past couple of days we've had an unbelievable amount of rain. So I'm going to hazard a guess and say that that's why. I've got a friend who's just joined me on the hike. He's actually leaving me. How rude. But the glen is opened up. You can hear that raging torrent down to the right. And it actually looks like a fairly gradual climb up and through there. Unfortunately not going to be able to drink from that water, but I'll tell you why a little bit further up. I was about to say the path isn't as boggy anymore, and then I've come across this, but let's see if I can hop from this stone onto the next. Oh, not bad. And this glen has really surprised me. It's so nice, really peaceful. I think this is the Gairland Burn, and it's really nice. It heads all the way up and through there, which is where I'm heading. Beautiful. I have done the majority of the climbing, so it's not too far to go now, and this has been one boggy old path. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much overnight, or the way back tomorrow could be pretty rough. It's already pretty bad right now. Just been squelching my way along, so muddy. It's a strange place up here. There's absolutely nada, nothing around. Weird. And it's gotten really dark all of a sudden, so hopefully it doesn't actually rain. It looks like it's going to though. But just over this little bump here, I should be able to see where I'm heading. There we go. It has really opened up. This is Loch Valley, which I saw the sign for at the start, and I think that's where the Gairland Burn comes from. This loch. Really nice. And I'm actually heading to another loch which is just up there. You can see the water flowing down from it. And that's where the murder hole spot is. The infamous murder hole. I don't really know what to expect from this place. I've done a bit of research and I'll tell you more about it once I get there. But I'm still interested to see what it's like. And the weather is pretty fitting, isn't it, for where I'm heading. All of a sudden the blue skies have disappeared, the clouds have rolled in, and it's just typical Scottish weather. It's just dull, I think is the best word for it. It's just started raining, only lightly, but I think I'll just crack on and get to this camp spot before I get soaked. I have made it to the loch and I've just endured one of the worst downpours that I've ever seen in my life. It started off as rain and then it changed to hail, and then I swear at one point it was snow. Absolutely mental. You can see how beautiful this place is though. But I'm going to start looking for a camp spot. Wish me luck because it is very waterlogged. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. I'm just sort of bashing my way through these thick shrubs, and the murder hole spot is in that corner of the loch. So I'm just going to sort of head in that direction, see if I can find any spots on the way. This is an absolute nightmare. I'm getting soaked right now. All of these bushes are just drenched in water. They just soak up so much moisture. Man, it's tough battling my way through here. This is why you do your research, guys. I had pictured a nice flat bit of grass, a bowling green right next to the water where I could pitch my tent, and instead I'm getting this. It's my own fault. This has to be one of the most random beaches I've ever seen. Pretty cool though. Look how calm it is here as well. Beautiful. If it hadn't rained so much, I maybe could have pitch my tent down there if the water level is a bit lower. But the spot I'm thinking of is just over there. Need to head round though. Let's do it. Well, here we are, the infamous spot. Haven't found anywhere to camp, but I'm gonna keep searching. And I thought I'd tell you a little bit about this place before I look for somewhere to camp. So why is it called the Murder Hole? Well, it's because of a Scottish novelist called Samuel Crockett. He wrote a tale in his book called The Raiders about a woman and a son who lived in a lonely cottage not too far from here, and they would welcome in weary travellers looking for a place to stay. Then they would rob and murder the lodgers, take their bodies to a deep and boggy hole and dump them, hence the name Murder Hole. So yeah, some scary stuff. No one knows the exact spot, but in the spirit of storytelling, Crockett chose this beautiful loch as the Murder Hole spot. And I can't imagine trekking up here to dump bodies. What an effort that would be. But yeah, I'm gonna search for a camp spot because it's getting really dark. To make this place even more interesting, the loch has actually suffered really badly from acidification. In 1978, the water had a pH level of 4.4, and it had since risen to 5.4 in 2003. I'm not sure what it is today, but it's safe to say I won't be drinking from it. But I thought that was pretty cool. Well, this is an absolute nightmare. I've still found nothing, and I'm now leaving the loch. I started just over there, walked all the way around that side, all the way around, came onto this peninsula in the middle, couldn't find anything, round to the Murder Hole spot, and back here, and it seems that there are no spots. I absolutely hate bailing because I feel like the camp is the best part for me and for you, but I think I'm going to have to call it a day. It is past sunset, it's like 6:15 now, so it's only just going to keep getting darker. And the fact that I haven't been able to find a spot in well over an hour, I think that tells me that I need to head. I've searched high and low and still not found anything. So I think I'm just going to call it quits, start making my way back. I'm going to have to walk in the dark, but I've got a head torch, so I should be okay. Right, let's do it. This is going to be interesting because the path is absolutely horrendous and it's pretty dark. I can still see what I'm doing and I should be able to for another hour, but this is going to be tough and very boggy, but we'll get it done. So this is the current situation. You can see just as much as I can see, which is pretty much nothing. Looks like it's just started raining. This is interesting, especially after the stories I've just told. Have you ever wondered to yourself how on earth you get yourself in these sort of situations? I'm wondering that right now. Rain's getting a bit heavier and these rocks are pretty creepy, they sort of shine. Keep on seeing sheep as well and their eyes glow. I'm just waiting to see the pair who are going to murder me and dump my body back in that loch. Shouldn't even joke about that, I'm tempting fate. I'm just going to focus for this really steep bit and see if I can get myself back down to the path, the proper path, in one piece. So I'll see you in a bit. I have made it back onto this gravel track and you can't really see much, but I'm heading up in that direction. So I'm nearly there. Taking a short detour. through the woods. Should be a little bit faster than the main track. Wow. Here is Bruce's Stone up here. So that means I'm very close to the car park. Well, that was an interesting attempt at a camp. I'm still glad I came because I've wanted to see that place for quite a while. And yeah, it was pretty cool to see. The story behind it is amazing. I'm not sure if I'll return to this place for another camp when it's drier, because even if it was dry, I'm not sure you'd find a spot that's campable around there, to be honest. But let me know if you have, and I'll definitely come back if I can find a spot. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Don't worry if you're new, my videos are not normally like this. I'm not a fan of bailing, but it is what it is. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one.